Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So it is 2023, which means it is that time of year again for the 2023 YouTube Sports Card Hall of Ill Repute voting. So anyway, like I was saying, seriously, I just started recording this. What could possibly be so important that it couldn't wait 5 minutes for me to finish doing this?
You mean the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame?
Yes, I know. What did I say?
You said the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Ill Repute. It's the Hall of Fame. It's literally called the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame.
Oh. Well, that's a Freudian, and probably would actually make it a little bit better. But that said, that is correct. The disembodied logo is correct. It is the 2023 YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. Not Ill Repute, but maybe both. Anyway, as usual, I take this very seriously, as I always and often do, because it is the most prestigious made-up Hall of Fame that Bob Lewis somehow is in. Go ahead, fight me on it. I defy you to name one that is more prestigious than this one. However, that means, yes it does, because guess who's back? Back again, the list of Carlos. Tell a friend. Like I said, we take this very, very seriously. Now, I went through the list from last year, and for the most part is going to remain basically the same. The only difference is that I went through it and scratched out Diamond Yard Sports Cards, because Diamond Yard Sports Card was elected to the class of 2022 of the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. Fame, like being the star football player in a high school with like 50 people in it. But still, fame, nonetheless. That's what we're going with, so we're going to call it Hall of Fame. Anyway, so the majority of this list is the same as last time around. However, I am considering a few folks that may end up on this list for next year, because I don't think they've quite met the criteria, and a couple of other ones that I was considering, but I've decided to stick with the list more or less, minus Diamond Yard Sports Cards. And just to confess a point here, my original idea, once I realized that the list was going to basically stay the same, is this is where I was going to just go and directly cut to the clip of the other video, just remove the Diamond Yard one, and basically just repurpose and make you rewatch the same video as last year, minus the Diamond Yard. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that I thought about it for quite a long time. I actually really thought about it. I'm not going to do it, just to be clear, but at the same time, it was the thought amused me. And it would be really on brand for this channel to put that kind of effort into it, to just basically download and replay and basically con you all into watching the same video that I already made. However, because it is, as I said, the most prestigious made-up Hall of Fame that Bob Lewis is in, I am going to give you a wholly original video, and you're getting it. So, like I said, we got the list. I'm going to go through it. A lot of the same rationale applies as last year. However, I'll go through a couple of them once again, and then we'll conclude this business for another year. So first of all, we're going to start off with two names that are synonymous with kind of old school sports card YouTube, and at the same time, like myself, men of peace, distinction, and we'll go with that. Men of peace, distinction. Anyway, so we've got, first of all, Amish Dave Archer.
Just slow your roll. Slow your roll. You heard?
Yes, indeed. Need I say any more? And of course, the Broncos 79.
Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Indeed, no truer words were ever spoken. Now, for the rest of you, don't worry, I didn't pull clips from everybody. But I just thought, because it's Dave and Steve, I just thought it'd be kind of fun. By the way, I would recommend for some, especially for some of these folks, go back in the archive and check it out. With Dave and Steve, there was a wealth of some wonderful clips that would have been worthy of picking. Especially with Dave, there's quite a back catalog of different videos on there. However, a couple of quick warnings. Number one, not safe for work, probably. And number two, I would really emphasize that if something looks like he's going to be talking to a body of water, then allow no small children nearby. You have been warned. But like I said, my first two nominees are Amish Dave Archer and the Broncos 79. Both good friends of the channel, as well as long-term hobbyists who have been on YouTube for quite some time. So to me, I had them last year, and I'm going to have them again on this year on the list. Next up, Dead Guy Cardboard. Great combination of some 90s shine. Love it. Big fan of that. Also some great vintage. Doesn't make videos all the time, but I still think the videos on there are certainly quality, and I'm still a big fan of the logo. So a lot of the same rationale as last year. Dead Guy Cardboard will be my third person on this list. Now my last two are two good community guys, much like a lot of the other ones on this list. First one I'm going to have on here is Brad8671. Again, same as last year, for the same reason, and this is where, again, I was going to borrow the clip from last time. But I'll spare you. But the point is, he's still a Miami Dolphins fan. He suffered enough. Also, a great community guy, and for several of you have been the lucky recipients, myself included, of some generosity on his part during the holidays, as he played the role of Bradley Claus and gave some wonderful presents to folks, you know, some very thoughtful thoughtful presence as far as in the card realm. So Brad, as I said, if you're talking about community and somebody who is interested in kind of fostering that sense of community and being a part of it, Brad8671 is certainly part of it. So thank you, Brad, and of course, certainly a worthy candidate, same as last year. I'll include him on the list again this year for the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. Now, last and certainly not least on my list here is BertCat8. Like I said, I had him on here on the list last year. Fellow Packer collector, definitely much more hardcore in the Packer collecting side of things. I kind of stick to my favorites, and that's kind of the area that I enjoy. Although I do have a PSA set registry on the 57 Topps Packer team set. But one of the key cards of that Packer team set is the Bart Starr rookie, and he has quite the collection of Bart Starr cards and Bart Starr autographs. So I would definitely recommend checking out the channel if you want to check out a variety of some very fun football, because he's got a lot of football card related projects. So if you're into kind of the football card genre, he's definitely got some great videos for you throughout the course of time, and you can check out a lot of different cool cards. Has a great enthusiasm for it, and again is a great long-term community guy that has been a part of this whole thing. Now, with all that said, that's it for this time around. I didn't want to go too crazy on it, and again, the list really wasn't changed too much from last year. As I mentioned earlier, I'll probably looking at some candidates that may end up on my list for next year, but I ended up, last year I had 6, one of them got elected, in this case I have 5. So we've got 5 different folks that'll get elected one way or the other. You can do a maximum of 10, so probably I'll try to take advantage of that a little bit more next year, but for now, the 5 I have here I'm very comfortable with because they were the same names that I had on last year for the same reasons. And of course, this is a good excuse to bring back the list of Carlos. So we did that, made the video, got it done fairly early in that regard. If you're eligible to be able to cast a ballot, feel free to do so. Like I said, I've had my issues with a lot of the whole Hall of Fame thing previously. I have my fun with it, obviously. I like to poke fun, a little bit of fun at it. But, you know, I'm glad that it gives folks an opportunity to check out some of these channels. And like I said, I do encourage you to check out some of the back catalog. Links to all of these channels are in the description for you if you want to check it out. And there's definitely some good stuff in the back catalog of a variety of these, so I do recommend that to you. Because sometimes a video gets made years ago, people see it at the time they see it, and then nobody ever catches it again. And sometimes there's some good stuff back there, again, if you're interested in that kind of thing. So that's it for me for now. More videos coming up on the channel as always, and then live stream will be 8 p.m. Eastern time. I did invite one of the people that I nominated, so we're going to talk a little bit of football here on this one, as obviously we're now well in the midst of the football playoffs, and some very interesting outcomes coming out of the wild card weekend and then heading into the divisional round. So I think it'll be kind of interesting to have a discussion and see kind of where things land, especially as we head towards the Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens with that, and that should be a lot of fun. And then obviously we'll have some enjoyment and we'll have some fun with it on the way, on the route to the big game at the end of the season. That's it. That's it for me. Like if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much, and we'll catch you in the next one.